You are wasting your money upgrading to the latest device every year. And I mean this. I'm going to explain that in this video. So right now, my current daily driver device, and I always end up switching back to this phone. This is like my go-to phone. There's things about this that I really like. And I still get subtle comments on social media. How am I using something this old? Is it annoying? Does it perform slow and chuggy and all that other stuff? And no, it doesn't. It's actually pretty solid. And this is a Verizon model, so I don't have a custom ROM on this one. And everything still functions fine on it. See, there are some argumentative points that people will make in order to justify the reason to go out and spend money on the latest smartphone that's out there. One of the things is security patch software updates, which is important. It is important. It patches vulnerabilities that people have, exploited to do malicious things. I get it. For me, the reason why that the Pixel 4 XL, without it getting any more security patch software updates, that I am okay with using it is two reasons. One, I'm not going on anything that is, possibly malicious, very suspect or anything like that. I tend to just, browse and search for basic things. Secondly, I'm not installing any third-party apps from any, website that, I don't need. Most of the apps that I need are in the Google Play Store. Yeah, I'm not really going outside of that. And of course, it's a bit tough to just put 100% faith in security on the Google Play Store. But, for the most part, they've been pretty good at keeping a lot of apps out of their system that could be malicious. A few slip through every now and then, but I'm not downloading a lot of apps on my phone that I really don't need. Me being 42 years old, there's a lot of apps that people use today, like, you youngins out there, you use that somebody like me just would not be on, like Snapchat, right? I have a Snapchat account. It's an old account, but I don't go on it. So go figure. Yeah, so I don't keep banking apps on here. I don't install third-party apps. I don't try to cheat on mobile gaming by downloading cracked APK files. None of that stuff. This is a Verizon model, so I couldn't unlock the bootloader, so it's not on a custom ROM. There's no Android root on it. It's bone stock. It's handling just fine. Every app that I use on this phone works just fine, and it's not like an outdated version of the app. It's still supported. So I get the same updates that these brand new devices get when it comes to applications. And the same could be said for my iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is my iOS device that I use, even though this one does get current software updates. It's at its end of leg of support, but it's still supported today. So can't really speak on, the security patch software thing on this. It's still supported. The other thing that people would argue about is lack of 5G. Well, I'm not a mobile gamer, so I don't need super fast latency. To open up Facebook and read people's posts doesn't require a lot. Even in the speed part, it doesn't require a lot. Fast download speed, sure, they're great. Run a speed test, and it's lovely to see that thing go to like 1,000, megabits per second, hitting over a gigabit per second speeds. But then at the end of the day, unless you're downloading a movie all the time, you really don't need that much speed. And two, just being on LTE is a battery saver. I've noticed better battery life with these than on any of my 5G devices. 5G is not a specific reason to upgrade every year. And the reason I'm talking about this is because people spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year for new devices. And yeah, some people use the whole system of like financing a device and everything like that, but you are still spending, right? Either you're being ripped off by the plan that you're on, which, is one of those plans where it's like, get it on us, pay up front and then we'll bill you back in credits. Yeah, on a plan that's, pretty crappy for what you're getting and what you're paying for. Or, you can finance it and make a monthly payments on it. So you're paying a plan plus you're paying a device fee. And then, if you want to go somewhere else, then you have to like pay the full balance off on the phone to unlock it and go somewhere else. There's a lot of hassles behind it and a lot of basically what I call anchors. If your device can still run the latest app versions, and it's still fluid, right? Because not all older devices are going to run great, right? A lot of the mid-range and budgets obviously are going to be like really bad use cases, but older flagships, 5-6-year-old flagships still can handle today. And so if they can and you have one, you may feel like you need to upgrade because trust me, these companies, they're good at marketing, right? AI and all that other stuff, which a lot of people aren't really too concerned about with AI of having it on their device. But the thing of AI and all that other stuff is just marketing to say like, this is the reason why you have to spend your money on this phone. But technically, good 90% of you guys out there don't use half of the stuff that they're marketing to us in every launch of a new device. And so my thing is to kind of open eyes and say, hey, quit blowing your money. Save it. Spend it on something else better. Spend it on a vacation to go somewhere. Spend it on your family. Spend it on your loved one. Buy you something new other than a phone. Buy you something that, you know, you've been wanting for a while. I'm pretty sure there was something you wanted you totally forgot about, you know, because life, because bills, things like that. And you'll be surprised just, you know, how much money you'll save. Above all, if you don't buy anything, if you just save the money that you didn't spend on a new device, you'll be surprised on what you'd save.